I'm going to do now is this system that I use. Just everybody that just maybe joined or watching the actual recording, we'll get into the. We'll get into it here in a second, announcing what the Rockwell trade session is. Right now, I'm just setting up everything up. This is the first time I've kind of done a screen share with someone else or an actual kind of something with someone else. So I'm learning. We're doing a test here for new technology, but it will also be an announcement with what we're working on. I've got Damon on the line or in the actual stream. Say hi, Damon.
Hi, Rex. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, me too. So I'm sharing just out on Twitter and sharing out on Discord so people can join us for this announcement. Actually, I didn't share the right link, of course, like an idiot. So with this tool, I use kind of a tool to kind of restream, just little behind baseball stuff. And then I didn't know that I could actually interview people with this tool or actually add people to the stream, which is cool. But like any technology, you kind of have to test it out so that you know how to use it. So today I might be a little slow on actually uh, how everything works, but that's so what we're going to do on the coming week, that we're going to announce here in a second, will go much more smoothly. That's the goal, which really shouldn't be that difficult. But like any new technology you kind of pick up or you start trying to do, uh, understanding how it works or actually where the buttons do and what the buttons do is important. All right, so I got those shares out. So here's I've got Damon on the line with me, and I'll introduce him more formally here. But I'm just going to go through a high level. A couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago or so, I kind of said something in the trading den, and I said, it would be really cool if I could be. My idea was could I be a fly on the wall of someone trading the system, making the system their own. I say this often that you should be making the system your own. Uh, I created a highly effective trade system, but you can't trade another person's system. And also, how are you doing at trading? And I just asked, would anybody be willing to stream their trades, demo or live, and then just allow me to kind of be in in the background and just ask questions? And a couple main benefits from this, but we'll get into that. But that's the genesis of this. Now, if someone can tell me why it's named Rockwell Trade Session, uh, I think you'll probably be older, but I'll figure out a way that I'll fully explain that just to kind of have a little fun, a little levity to what we're doing. But Damon, did I explain kind of what we're doing here?
Yep.
Well,
No, that sounds correct. That sounds exciting. And just so everyone knows, I've been an Alpha member for the past month. I've been listening to the podcast or the YouTube channel for the past 6 or 8 weeks, and it really resonated with me with what Rex was teaching and the system that he was teaching and how to make it your own. And so when we were chatting on Discord the other day about an opportunity to share live trades, I thought, what there's not a much more better opportunity than dive feet in, and I'll share my trades. I'll share the way I'm thinking about it. That way you can get a perspective of how other people look at the system and their thought process as you're making it your own.
yeah, and that's really the so I'm sure reinforce this here. We'll only be in about 10 to 15 minutes, I think, or maybe even less than
Yeah.
that. But today, but here's the official announcement. So Tuesday, we're planning next week the morning session. Damon's going to trade. I believe at this point he's saying he's going to trade a live account. I'm okay either live or demo, and he'll decide at that point in time. You'll know what he's trading, and then it's not going to be me really talking. I'll be asking questions, but it's really him. If there's trades that exist, executing trades, and he'll be sharing his thoughts, and then I'll be, of course, asking questions. It's really to, of course, for both of us to improve. For me to improve, not only or for him to improve as a trader, but also for some insight I might have, but also will help me see a trader that's taking the system and implementing it in the real markets and the decision process that they're making in real time. That to me is what I'm really excited about, is that I can sit back, and it's one thing to see charts or see someone's P&L, and I can look at a P&L and I can look at the graphs and I can visualize the day that they had. It's another thing to watch someone and have them like share their decision process and in the messiness of the real time of the markets. You would agree there, right, Damon?
Yep, I agree 100%.
Yeah, and you shared when we talked just before that, oftentimes how you do the streams is you will go watch the streams at an increased speed, and then you'll correlate it to some of the decisions you make in the day, right?
Correct. So when I'm trading throughout the day, I'll know how I felt about the trade and what I was thinking, and I'll make notes of that, and then I'll execute the trade or not execute the trade. And then at the end of the trading day, I'll go back to any of the live streams that you had put together, and I'll watch it 1.5 times or 2 times speed, just so I can get the majority of it. Because as you know, most of it is hurry up and wait. You're just waiting around. And that's why I watch it accelerated. And when something resonates with me, I'll stop it and I'll go back and listen to it in a little more detail. Or if it was around an area of a trade, I just to see what you were thinking while I was executing the trade with my own thought process.
Yeah, and I do apologize. We just jumped in. I mean, did you want to we talked about briefly, but I don't remember. Did you want to introduce anything background, or do you just want to focus on just, hey, I'm just showing up and trading. I'm adopting the system.
Yeah,
As
no,
much as you want to share, as little, I'm completely. I'll let you have the floor.
yeah. So just so everyone knows, I've been investing for the last 15, 20 years. I've relatively conservative. I'm a fan of the stock market almanac and the seasonal cycles that markets go through. But I've never been a day trader. But a couple months ago, I was looking at the opportunity and exploring it, and I came across the RDS trade system and Rex and his videos, and it really resonated with me. So I wanted to explore it further. I became an alpha member to get those additional insights and training. And I'm really excited about the progress I've made in the last 4 or 5 weeks and continue moving forward with that.
Sweet. Yeah. So your idea, so since we didn't get functionally into this, how it will work on Tuesday. So just kind of, I get treatment on Monday, but
Mhm.
I relatively, tolerate treatment well. So Tuesday should not be a problem. How should we start pre-market? What is your
Yep.
idea on how to best do this? And then I'm sure we're only going to stream for about an hour or two, and then end at the lunch session.
Yeah,
That's
we
kind of the
can.
plan, right?
Yeah, we can start pre-market. I'll share my trading view charts I use. I mean, a couple of them from your system, and then we'll look at the intraday chart I've put together and just the daily chart, so I can start plotting out areas of support and resistance and levels that I'm curious about where we think there would be a reaction, and then we can go into the market. But just so everyone is fully aware. Current state is there will probably be few trades. I remember the first week I was overeager and I just over traded everything. And so I've taken a step back. Instead of over trading, I'm under trading, but it's just while I'm getting used to the system. But the important aspect of that is it's giving me more screen time with the I don't know if you want to call it reduced risk, but I'm only trading the extremes, and I feel a lot more comfortable as I'm developing the system. And then I'm also able to get that screen time, see the way the market reacts as I'm working on my own trading plan.
No, that makes sense. And that's, I mean, really, I overtrade still. That's one of my, so I have 4 trading habits I'm working on. Two are directly related, I think, to me streaming, and then one's directly related to the bad habit that I've developed because I trade with a larger capital size and I can trade myself out of any trade. But I would be much more being more patient, and I say it often, it's waiting, not trading. Uh, the best when I analyze my best trades, and actually the best P&L and the best trades are the ones where being patient and picking the spots, because the system, and this is something that we Damon and I talked about before stream. Uh, I want to. I'm working on daily on the NQ first. How well did the system do on a grade? I want that to go out every single day, and but I know it. So like for me, this is more just reinforcing the system. But I've done this before, but it's never below a C typically, and C's are just those very difficult, highly volatile days. But it it's there's probably 6 to 9 really great trades on a given day. Now, could you trade in between there? Yeah, if you're a hyper focus, aggressive trader. The other thing is those 6 to 9 trades offer opportunities often to scale into a trade, which is an advanced trading skill, right? You're not going to be doing like you don't typically you do a couple lots and then you kind of follow that trade. You
Yep.
don't do a couple lots and then add that trade as a longer term move, right? Where you're
No,
at.
no, it'll just be a couple lots, up 1, 2, or 3, scaling in, watching that trade until it unfolds, and ideally exit and profit.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's and so I think that if I've trained a lot of well, I share this. So this I'm excited about this because I can gain a lot of insight of someone in real time in the markets. And I think one of those insights that I've gained as I've refined the system and refined trading is that less is more in a way.
Hmm.
Unless you have that personality where you can do more and you can focus and you're not and you look at it and say, well, the more I'm actually making more, I'm not just doing more activity.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
yeah. So I mean, you're relatively new in adopting the system, but you've already got the right mindset. Do you think that comes from maybe more experience of being in the markets for longer?
So I think um, something that really resonated with me 2 months ago was the book Best Loser Wins by
Okay.
Tom Hogart, I think his name is.
Okay.
And cutting your losses early and letting your winning trades run. I think that was a large psychological shift in my own thinking about it, rather than hoping and praying that when a trade goes against you, add more to it with anticipation it's going to come back. And then if it doesn't come back, that's when you blow your account.
Yep. No, and I would agree 100%. And one of the things that I've been focusing on the stream or is that reinforce. I guess I'll just be completely upfront. Like, uh, and I shared this with Damon earlier too. I'm bored when I trade the streams, and I know that seems odd, but because I don't trade when I'm streaming, I don't trade the same way that I do when I'm off stream. The charts don't get my attention, but when I'm on stream, I feel this desire to trade. Uh, and part of it, I think, also comes from arrogance. I'll be completely upfront. I think there's a part of me that probably shows that I'm quasi badass, I guess. If I were to be completely upfront and honest with myself, um, that's not what trading's about, right? So I'm glad that you're going into this like with that kind of like, hey, I'm not, you know, I'm gonna take. It might be boring,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like, meaning boring from the perspective of like, it's not like it's a Hollywood typical. It's like if you ever done any computers or hacking, and like you watch the hacking movies,
Hmm.
like people look at a device and that's military grade encryption. How do you
Yeah.
know that by looking at like, you know what I mean? Um, so if you know anything about computers or hacking or even programming, the way Hollywood shows it is just they've got better a little bit, but not really. Um, so if they were to show typical trading, right? I mean, we'd probably be doing lines of coke here as well, right?
Yeah.
Um, but it's probably boring. So, I mean, that's what are we here for, right? What we're here to pull capital from the market and put in our own pocket, right?
Yep.
So, that's I'm glad that you had that perspective, but that's also why like I'm trying to with my own streams too. I'm trying to have that balance between properly trading not over trading, because for me to consistent consistently show bad trading practices, especially when I trade against the system, isn't supporting what I truly believe and how I would demand someone adopting the system and making it their own.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, it's similar to in your training, the mindset section where you talk about the book, The Sniper Mind. And I'm reading through that book, and if you just go guns a blazing someplace, you're gonna get shot and die. Same thing with trading. You don't want to do that. You have to wait and be patient for the opportunity to arise, and then execute the trade as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there's not much more we can add. I mean, is there anything that you want to add before we kind of wrap it up? And so I'll wrap it up with after you add
No,
some stuff, and then go ahead.
no, I'm all good. I'm really excited for the alpha members or those thinking about becoming members. I'm excited to answer any questions you have next week when I'm live trading, and I'll give you my honest feedback and my insight, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and if I didn't say this, thank you, Damon, for this opportunity. This is awesome. I'm glad
Mhm.
that I know it's asking a lot of you to kind of get out there and trade and do this. Plus, there's the additional aspect of it's hard enough to trade, and then stream it, and also be there when maybe I'm asking questions and everything else. So I really really appreciate you doing this and stepping up.
Awesome. I'm
Uh,
excited.
yeah, I'm excited too. I'm really excited. And for others that are watching, if this, well, yeah, I believe this will go well.
Mhm.
But if you want to do something similar, think about it and consider it. This kind of a test, but I think this is a great way to engage with alphas, uh, and to reinforce a lot of the concepts that I talk about in the stream, but also just from multiple angles, help the trader that's doing it, uh, and help me as well become better at creating content and reinforcing the fundamentals of being an elite trader. That's really what we're about here. So the plan at this point, and if it changes, if you're watching this, you'll see a link down below to. This will probably be like a YouTube and the other places, because TradingView I couldn't figure out how to stream to TradingView. So if I can figure that out by next week, but we're streaming to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Telegram, and one other place I can't remember. Uh, so this application allows me to stream to that. So the best place for this stream will be on YouTube, and we'll start pre-market. It probably won't be too much before, because you don't trade. I mean, you don't trade
No,
obviously the first 5 or a couple minutes, right?
no. First 5 minutes, I do not trade.
Yeah. So we'll probably start maybe 10, 15 minutes before the market opens. That should give plenty of time to do pre-market, get into it. And if that changes, and it'll only probably change if obviously something comes up for Damon or something like health wise, or I'm just not, but I'm sure everything will be good for Tuesday. It'll be on market time, open on New York time. And then how this will work, we didn't get into this, is basically it'll be showing the screen that you see now. And then we'll just, it'll just be him talking out loud on how he's analyzing trades, and me asking questions here and there, and just kind of being a fly in the wall as well. And we'll kind of play it by ear. So we don't have any real structure other than the plan is he's going to be, his sole focus will be executing trades, or if they exist, right? And he shared his perspective on that. So if we need to infill with questions or just us talking together, we'll do that. But what I would ask from him is, look, let's make it trading focused first, meaning that
Yep.
I have a tendency to miss trades or not focus on the charts for the next trade setup. That'll be our focus, and then secondarily will be me asking questions for his insight. But I think he'll probably be commentating on what he's doing the next trade or what he's waiting for and everything else like that. That's a good synopsis overview.
Sounds
Damon?
awesome. Yep.
Yep.
Sounds awesome.
And you'll be trading the NQ, right? Just the NQ, nothing
Just
else,
yeah,
right?
just the NQ.
Okay. Awesome. So everybody, if you'll find a link down to Discord, that's the best place, or you can subscribe on YouTube, and then be looking out for that to Tuesday. I'll share it here a couple times leading up to Tuesday, and then we'll share the official times and everything else. And I'll let you, if you want to finish up, Damon, if there's anything else you want to add, I'll let you finish up. Otherwise, we'll just say goodbye and join everybody next week.
No, the only thing I want to depart on is I'm excited about sharing this out as a new alpha member, as a new day trader, as a new elite day trader. I'm excited to share out how I'm thinking about it and how I'm making the Rexdog system my own. And that way, as the other alpha members are making it their own, you can take what is good from my thought process, and hopefully you can share some of the things that work for you, and maybe I can take some things from that and make it my own as well.
Awesome. Well said. Can't add anything more. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, and we'll see everybody else on Tuesday as well.
Thanks.
All right. Yep. Thanks.